Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. What it is?
The Lakers enter Christmas a game under 500, and that's not good news for them, as no eventual title winner has been under 500 on the holiday in NBA history, aside from last season when the Bucks were 0-1. As we just saw, if history has anything to do with it, the Lakers' title hopes are slim, to say the least. But we welcome back senior writer Zach Lowe. What up, Zach? And NBA champion Kendrick Perkins. What up, Big Perk, to the show? Now, I want to know, all right, guys, I want to know what one word best describes the Lakers right now. And Chene, you're actually the analyst on the Nets-Lakers game on ESPN Radio tomorrow. First of all, let me give you some love.
Thanks, sis. And she's going to be right before me, so yeah.
On Suns Warriors. All right, let's do it. All right, sis, so let me get that one word to describe the Lakers right now. Start with you.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas Eve. My one word, unfortunately, and it's normal for everyone this time of year, is cold. Meaning, yes, they have really cooled off their games overall, dropping a number of games under 500. And if you look at how they lost yesterday, my goodness. I mean, LeBron goes for 36, Russ goes for 30, and you still lose. The Spurs hit 13, I believe, more threes than the Lakers. And on top of it, the Spurs bench outscored the Lakers 69-20. Now, mind you, they're playing without AD. Mind you, they're playing without 5 total players overall. They're trying to just stay afloat. But I say cool/cold because you're afraid that this season might be frozen, right? Like, for the Lakers overall. Like, do you think that they have the capabilities of making the finals? Everyone's now cooled off of the Lakers. Now, they do have potential to heat up if they get healthy, but right now, everyone's cold this holiday.
You know what? I call it pathetic, and let me tell you why. Not just because of their performance. No, but not just because of their performance on the floor, but the excuses after their performance on the floor. Like everyone right now in the NBA is going through COVID protocols, not having players, superstars being out, things to that nature. And I'm watching other teams not make excuses and weather the storm. And the Lakers keep hanging their hat on chemistry and this, that, and the other. And chemistry is necessary, but when you get beat by 28 by a young San Antonio Spurs team, that is a problem. When you're not getting back on defense after a made basket and a team is scoring on you, that is a problem. When you're getting picked on in a pick and roll every single time down the floor, that is a problem. And so when I hear the Lakers, when I hear Braun, when I hear AD, when I hear all these guys come to the interview and say, oh, we haven't been healthy. Neither have the Brooklyn Nets when KD had to take over, or the Atlanta Hawks last night.
Hold on. This is Kendrick Perkins, Big Perk, aka LeBrownie's Nut Hugger. Wow, he's going in. Hold on, let me rewind this for all you idiots.
When I hear all these guys come to the interview and say, oh, we haven't been healthy. Neither have the Brooklyn Nets when KD had to take over, or the Atlanta Hawks last night when they beat the Philadelphia 76.
Hold on, let me play that back one more time. DJ, bring it back.
Come to the interview and say, oh, we haven't been healthy. Neither have the Brooklyn Nets when KD had to take over, or the Atlanta Hawks last night when they beat the Philadelphia 76ers. So that's why it's pathetic to me, because of all the excuses.
Thank you, Big Perk. Thank you, Big Perk. Now, let's look at the standings. I'm going to give you the top 5 teams in the East. The Brooklyn Nets, Chicago Bulls, Milwaukee Bucks, Miami Heat, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. In the West, the Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors, Utah Jazz. I told you guys, watch out for them Jazz. Memphis Grizzlies, and the LA Clippers. The Clippers! Or in some people would say the Scrippers. Now, all I've been hearing, I haven't been watching basketball like that. I've taken a look at it and I'm not impressed. Basketball has really been boring to me. You got all these guys running down court, shooting the goddamn three when they could just go to the basket and get the ball. Now, here's my issue. And people call me a hater. I don't give a damn. People say I hate LeBron. I don't. I just tell the truth about that bum. Why are the Lakers being talked about? Huh? Why are the Lakers being talked about and they're under 500? I understand the marketing and everything because it's LeBrownies. Listen, the Los Angeles Lakers problem, from what I've seen, isn't scoring. They actually can score the ball pretty good. LeBron has looked better shooting the three this year in past years than he has early in his career. The problem with the Lakers that everybody knows is the problem is their team defense. Because I watch the team. I don't really watch the players because I could get a better read of how the game is. But to me, hold on. But to me, they're not a top 5 team in the West. So why are we talking about them? Huh? Now people are making excuses. Kendrick Perkins, I don't like him at all because I think he just stick rides LeBrownies all the time, talking about LeBrownies ought to go back to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh no, they don't want him because the Cavaliers are finally balling and they got a bright future. They got a bright future. Kendrick Perkins came out and told the truth. What is the excuses? This is the same thing y'all do with LeBrownies all the goddamn time. And I'm sick of it. Every team he goes to, he has a 30, 10, and 10, a 38 and 8, or 48, whatever. But the rest of his team sucks, especially on the defensive end, because he's the one not playing defense. He has never played defense in his life. He relied on his athletic ability early on when he went to Miami, allegedly taking HGH and all that stuff. He basically was using his athleticism to play the passing lanes, jump the passing lanes. He does a lot of chase down blocks. And then he rests on defense. What's the excuse, LeBron fans? It's not Laker fans. Laker fans are tired of this guy. My brother Kraken is a real Lakers fan. He can't root for them because this guy's on the team, because this guy does what he does everywhere else. He destroys the finances, which is the cap for their team. They have all this money on the court, but they're not winning. And everyone wants to say, well, why aren't they winning? They're not winning because they're bad. Now, everyone trying to say LeBrownies is an MVP guy, right? Here. Let's hear from one of the greatest, if not the greatest player of all time speak.
Never too early to talk the MVP race, and here in December on NBA.com, the MVP ladder has Kevin Durant number 1 ahead of Steph Curry, Nikola Jokic, the defending MVP, two-time MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Chris Paul at number 5 right now. Zeke, where do you stand here as we approach Christmas? I know it's early, but
I mean, this is a great lineup, man. I mean, who?
This is Isaiah Thomas.
You look at Durant and you have to say,
Detroit
the year that he's having,
Isaiah Thomas
is great. You also say the year that Curry is having is great. But what Paul is doing from a winning standpoint is also great.
Yeah.
So it's like I think it's going to be a difficult year to pick an MVP, but at the same time, those 5 players that you just had up there, they're all deserving. I mean, they're all deserving. I mean, Jokic coming off an MVP season and then doing what he's still doing without Jamal Murray, it's pretty impressive also.
The fact that the Nuggets are 15-14 right now is remarkable, considering what they had missed. Not only Jamal Murray, but Michael Porter Jr. and, like every other team, other players in and out of the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, what he's doing, and you talk about making players better and uplifting your team and being competitive while getting numbers, but still being unselfish. I mean, we can't overlook what the Joker's doing,
right?
But again, in every game plan, Matt, is stop the Joker.
Yep.
Right.
He's number 1, 2, and 3 at the top of the scouting report.
Yeah, because they don't have the 2 and the 3 scores that they're missing right now. So again, and what Paul is doing in Phoenix from a winning standpoint, you have to acknowledge that. And Durant is just, he's carrying a load.
So with regard to Chris Paul, they have the best record in the league right now. His counting numbers, as you see, don't blow you away. 14 and 10, it's really good. It's the impact. So I guess, for me, anybody who votes for MVP will consider numbers, certainly, and look into a lot of numbers and drive yourself crazy. I give myself a headache every year going through all the numbers. But you also have to look big picture and consider what was that player's impact on his team's ability to win games at a level they couldn't have without him. So when you think about Chris Paul and anybody else, how do you weigh the different factors?
So I have to insert myself in here from my personal feelings.
Sure.
Because 89-90, we won back-to-back championships, and winning did not count for me when I was being judged.
Right.
But now, fast forward, you look at what Nash has been able to do in Phoenix in terms of little guys being judged for impact on winning back-to-back MVPs. You have to put Chris Paul now in that same category and judge him in terms of the impact. When I was playing in 88, 89, 90, they were like, it's still about the big guys, and if you can't jump high and, shoot hook shots and all that other stuff, it don't matter. But with Paul and Nash right now, you have to look at them in very similar fashion.
So who's your guy right now, if you had to vote right now?
I still love Kevin Durant. But
pretty hard to argue. Hard to argue.
Durant, what Durant is doing is pretty special.
With all the roster issues they've had as well.
It's pretty special.
Number 1 record in the East right now. It's not a bad choice, but it's hard to go wrong with any of those at this point. All right, much more coming up here.
Did you hear that? MVP so far. Look what Durant has done before he sat out. He was carrying a team full of rookies. The difference between Durant and that bum LeBrownies, why I put him over him, Kevin Durant makes players better. As far as the young players, as far as veterans, he makes them better. He doesn't take shots or take anything from them. Unlike that bum in LA who has a bunch of future Hall of Famers and a bunch of all-star players, and he's still losing. This ain't the bubble no more, Jack. You can't just go to a hotel room then walk to the court. No, this is basketball. Because of the 1-9, Kevin Durant has carried his team. They had to get Kyrie off of the pine to come back. Then all of a sudden they said he test positive for the 1-9. Isn't that so coincidental? Look, it's early in the season. Who cares? Basketball doesn't start until after Christmas or January. After tomorrow, that's when basketball really starts. To me, it starts in January after football. So, stop the excuses. Man up and go play. Man up and go play. Isaiah Thomas just told you it's hard to go against Durant. Look what he's done. You guys said he couldn't carry a team. He's carrying it. He's been carrying it. Now what? You guys are just haters. Y'all just don't like Kevin Durant because he went to Golden State and he beat your bum-ass king twice in his house. In the Kane house. 1 year in his house, the next one in the Kane house. So, thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you go to the description box, hit the link to the Cash App. I'm gonna have it also in the comment section of the premiere of the video. So if you want to donate $1, that's cool. If you want to donate $1 million, that's also cool. We take whatever you want to give. Shout out to Southern Gotti for the Cash App, cash donation. Appreciate that. Thank you for your support. Thank everybody for their support, man, for continuing to help the page. Like I said, I have discontinued all day football. I will be doing my reviews live, but it won't be StreamYard. I will do StreamYard once a week because I have a lot of things going on and I have some opportunities I have to take advantage of and get some things done. I got to push the envelope. So thank you guys for listening. We out. Deezy.